Welcome to Monday on the Mountain. Another beautiful day, a little overcast, but I'm good with that. Today's quote comes from Marianne Williamson, who said, "Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure." So I want you to think about that in terms of your own life. Whatever the dreams, the vision, the goals you have for your life, in relation to those visions, goals, dreams, what have you, are you owning your personal power, or are you running around being terrified of it? Because if you're being afraid of owning your own power, I highly encourage you to probably grab a pen and paper and write down why. What is it about you owning your particular and unique set of gifts and talents? What is it about that that terrifies you? What is it about that that has you making the decision to not own that? I would encourage you to do the exercise. I think it'd be really interesting to find out for you what's at the bottom of that. We're all put on this planet for a reason. We're all put here to help one another, to lift other people up, to make our lives and the people around us better. And if you're struggling with figuring out what your purpose is, or struggling with trying to figure out how to, as Williamson says, how to own that power, then some deep-seated soul searching is really rather necessary. Because you have a purpose on this planet, and it's not to go to work 9 to 5 and come home and watch television. It's way, way beyond that. And yet, to own that vision that you have for your life, to own that dream, that fantasy you think that is, quote, impossible, it's only impossible because you're not trying yet. You haven't made the decision. You have not made that courageous decision to own your power and then take every single step required to get you from where you are right now to whatever that mountaintop where your dream lives. You know, I love filming these videos out here because of the mountains behind me, because they're a great analogy for the mountaintop I'm trying to get to in my life. They're a great sort of symbol, I guess is the better word, for the mountaintop I'm trying to climb in my life. And I shouldn't say trying, I am climbing. There is no try, there is only do, as Yoda said, or to butcher, his quote. The path up that mountain is twisting. Path up that mountain is a little bit twisting, a little turny. Sometimes I slide back down because I'm climbing up too steep a portion. But the important thing is I don't stop. And that's the important thing for you too. Once you decide that you want to do more with your life than you're doing right now, that is a momentous day and one to be applauded from the rooftops. It truly is. Because that's the moment where you decide that your life is worth more than it is today. And here's the rub, you're the only person that can do that. Other people can tell you that, well, you have so much potential. I just hate that phrase. I just hate that phrase. Because if someone tells me that I have so much potential, it tells me that I'm not realizing that potential. I'm not taking all of those gifts that God gave me and turning them into tangible results. Because that's why He gave them to me. It wasn't just so that someone could walk by and say to me, "Hey, Christopher, you got a lot of potential. Really, a real big shame you're not doing anything with it." That's a depressing thing to hear from someone, for me. I would hope it would be a depressing thing for you to hear too. I would hope that would be the catalyst to kick you in the butt and get you up and doing something to realize your potential, to make those courageous decisions day in, day out, to take those courageous acts well outside of your comfort zone, so that you can do like Williamson says, and that's to own you're powerful beyond measure and own it. Because when we own that and we give power to that, we give focus to that, we can do anything. We can accomplish anything we set our minds to. And that's the beautiful thing, And I refer to Francis Mendewa relatively regularly because for me, after reading his memoir, this is a man who took this statement to heart. Was he fearful? Was he hesitant? Was he self-doubting? Absolutely. Whole bunch of the time. And what's so beautiful about his book is he's so open and candid about that. You know, he shares all of it in a way that is just so touching. And that's one of the many reasons why I am so enamored with his life story, with how he's living his life today. You know, I think right now he's still in Belize. I'm not sure. I'll have to check in. He wrote the book of his life and he owned his power. That's a beautiful thing, right? He went from this little tiny village in Africa, little tiny village where if he did like all the rest of his family did, I would never know his name. I would never know he existed, because he would have grown up, lived and died in this little tiny, you know, dirt hut village somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Africa, and he would never have accomplished his dream. And his dream was really quite simple. I want to go to school in America. That was his dream. He had no idea how to get there, but he knew two things. Only he could do it. Nobody else could do it for him. And he knew he would have to put in the work. And the miracle of his life is that he had a really amazing mentor who opened up a lot of those doors. But here's the thing. If Francis hadn't had the courage to walk through those doors and do the work required on the other side of those doors, having the door open means nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so what's so beautiful for me watching him right now is that he's on this book tour promoting his book all over the place. And I just see this as one more extension of him living out his dream. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I heartily encourage you to own your power. Own it like Francis did. Own it like Francis is doing right now today. And keep owning it every day until you achieve your dreams, just like he's achieved his. That's it. And if you want some help with that, I would love to chat with you and help you get clear about it. I really, really would. ChristopherDiarmani.org, and set up a schedule, set up an appointment, and we can talk about what your dream is and what you think your own personal roadblocks are to getting you there. It's a beautiful sort of exercise that will give you some clarity in, half hour, 45 minutes. And once you have that clarity, this is the beautiful part, once you have that clarity and you just grab onto your power and own it with everything you have, nothing can stop you. Nothing. That's the beautiful thing of it. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Monday. I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 2:00. Bye-bye.